I don't know what the hell's going on here. I don't know.
I'm here.
I know we're all here,
Sure.
but I can't get the well, alrighty then, gang. There we go. Look at
There we
that.
go.
Here we
We're
are.
live.
Woo! Touch and go there, Tiffany. You got to try to log back on. All righty, gang. Here we go. It's your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen, with my guest Tiffany Vague and Dave Bacon. They're going to be jumping on here in a minute. You got to jump off and jump back on, Tiffany. So we got your video on here, and then my good friend Nick has got a lot to talk about today.
Nice to see you, Dave.
We got a lot to talk about. This is pretty exciting what's going on here. So there's Tiffany, but she doesn't have no sound. So we'll keep working on Tiffany here and see what we can do with her in the background. But while we wait for them to figure out what's going on, Nick, you and we've been around for a while here. We've been bouncing around these trade shows, and you've got a big trade show coming up in April, which is pretty exciting to have a show at the Anaheim Convention Center. We haven't had that in an awful long time. This boat show, the California International Boat Show and Outdoor Adventure Show is going to be absolutely spectacular. Having it at the Anaheim Convention Center, which I don't remember a show ever being there. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it goes way beyond my time. I think the last time I did something to this magnitude, my dad and I visited the LA boat show at the LA Convention Center, which was the first time, I was able to probably step on a yacht or a big boat at that time. I must have been maybe 10, 11 years old. So yeah, to see it come to the heart of Orange County and to be a part of it is kind of a pinching moment for us over here.
There you are, Tiffany. I see you now. You're moving, you're walking, rolling. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Kinda. Okay. Because what's going on
We can hear you.
at Tiffany and Dave's house right now? They're up in Ventura, Oxnard area. It is hurricane level rain, and that knocked their power out. So they're going to be kind of in and out throughout the show here, Nick. But Tiffany and Dave Bacon got me involved in the California International Boat Show. I am super excited. I really don't know what to expect. So can you kind of run us through being in this?
Yeah,
so long?
absolutely. The download on the show, this is gonna be a very exciting show. So California has been producing shows, as you know, Dave. We've been circling the wagons, doing the fishing shows, the hunting shows, the outdoor shows. And all the shows have pretty much been really built around the gear of the outdoor water sports industry, from fishing to kayaking and obviously paddleboarding, which is what gave us the breeding ground and put me in the actual industry. This show is running completely different, as the group behind us, sponsored by our good friends at Progressive, is putting on an actual boating and yachting show, arena style, something that you'll see happen on the East Coast. It's now coming down to the West Coast. The idea that we have when we get on these phone calls with the group, it's a really neat group. We're trying to put that California Riviera boat culture from the California Riviera market to the High Sierras all under one roof, primarily focus on boating. So with that said, the one neat thing about our show is one of the requirements when coming in, and we have all the big boys coming to the show, is everyone at the show is allowed on all the boats. There is no red tape here. If you want to dream yourself on a yacht, go in there, kick what I say, the hulls around. You're allowed to jump on that boat, hang out, and really kind of get a taste of what it's like to level up the boat you may be currently using now or one that you may want to purchase later. So what's pretty cool about that, in this show, we're running a whole outdoor component as well. That's going to be a little bit more geared towards the gear, fishing, electronics, all your marine accessories. But primarily, we have over several hundred boats coming into the convention center on April 9th through the 12th.
Yeah, I'm excited to see all the boats that are going to be there, because that's going to give us an opportunity to get on those things and check it out, see if they have a bait system. If they don't have a bait system, how can we put one in? Just so much different stuff that's going to happen that is super exciting. And this is way different than any other show that we've had in California for a very long time. The amount of yachts that are actually going to be at this show, where yes, the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show is an absolute phenomenal event, and it's huge, and we all know that, and we love that. But
Yeah.
right after that event, now we get to go and we get to go check out these yachts, and
Right.
we check out all this fun stuff that's happening at this show. And there is no show. There's no reason that we can't have another show in Southern California with all the people and all the amount of boats that can actually show up at the convention center. So we're not taking anything away from the Pacific Coast Sport Fishing Show. We've simply
No.
the new
Yeah.
show to the existing Pacific Coast Sport Fishing shows, and it's going to be good for the industry. I really believe.
Correct. Just to compliment what you're saying, it's not another show. It's not an add-on show. It's its own show. We're kind of echoing back in earlier conversation. Those are great events to gear up. You know, get your Yeti cooler, your gear bag, get that new rod. You got to look at what's going on with a lot of the fishing outriggers out there, and also outfitters. Now, this show pegged up in April, our show, the California International Boat Show, is going to be boat show driven. Primarily, we're talking 90% of the space is boat. We have one vendor, one of our favorite vendors, Sun Country, great people. They're coming in and bringing 40, 50 boats. And some of these boats are 40, 50 footers. And that's just one. With that said, we have a lot of other outfitters that are coming to the show as well, coming in with 20, 30, 40 boats to complement the show. So it's going to be a very, very boat driven. And we have everything covered. Our good friends at Bert's are going to cover your water skis and pontoons. We have Germain Marine that's bringing a variety of product. And then obviously like Sun Country coming in with a lot of saltwater center console, as well as freshwater boats. So like saying from California's Riviera to California's High Sierras, it's going to be at our show. And obviously a little bit of gear, but PCS, the Pacific Sportsman Show, have done a great job being your gear show. Bart and what they did back in the day too was a good show that led into that as well. But what we're doing is going to be a true boating and yachting show, watercraft per se.
Exactly. Well, I'm excited to be a part of this because Tiffany Vague and her dad, Dave Bacon, invited me to be a part of their booth and then put me in contact with Courtney and everybody that's in the California International Boat Show. We're going to be doing seminars at the show, how you can catch more fish on your private boat, which is going to be cool. But Tiffany and Dave are going to be there doing seminars also. Can you guys, Tiffany and Dave, since we got you on here right now, can you guys talk about what you're going to be doing at the show, and then we'll bring Nick back in?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this because this is a talk that is a little bit unusual for me. I frequently talk about all manner of fishing things, and but this time, see, much of my work that I do is as a boating safety and compliance consultant and expert. And so I am going to be talking about boating safety, how to operate boats more safely, what to watch out for, what to do and what not to do, what to have aboard, what should be in your ditch bag, all sorts of things like that anybody interested in boating just, well, if I'm going to share the water with them, I would very much like them to be here and listen to this so that we're both safer out there on the water. That's what I'm going to be talking about. And I know Captain Tiffany here, she's been working so closely with the show people, and she's got this whole massive thing that she's going to be doing that Captain Dave Hansen is going to be a part of too. And I'll let her describe that.
Basically what we're doing is we're going to have this huge area on rod building. It's very important to have rods when you're fishing on a boat. Don't know very many people that do the old school way with the old tin can and line like I used to do when I was little. Now it's teaching people how to build rods. Also on the seminar stage, we're going to be doing lots of different seminars on rod building, on fishing, on boats. all sorts of different things out there. And you'll see a lot of my students that are going to come and show off the stuff that they do and sell some of their rods that they've built. And you can win prizes and sign up for a class to take yourself.
And I'm going to
That's
add
pretty
to
cool.
that, because another thing that she's doing, I mean, we're talking about fishing rods, and much of vaguerods.net is about building fishing rods, classes for building fishing rods, and all the blanks and components and all that. But these skills go well beyond rods, and they go to many other parts of boating. I mean, also related to fishing, you can custom wrap a gaff for fishing. You can custom wrap boat rods for fishing. You can custom wrap antennas. There's all sorts of things having to do with boats and other things, walking sticks, arrows, tubular products, okay, can all be custom wrapped, custom built like that. And so the applications for what she's going to be teaching there and other seminar speakers who she has put together is pretty widespread. And then through the show, people can sign up for her classes, 15-week master class, to learn how to build those rods. And so that added aspect to a boat show, I think, is going to be a really popular concept.
Selfishly, why we have you all as all the legends part of our show, and why we booked, Captain Dave Hansen here in yourselves, is because I need to go from fishing to catching. So I will be attending these seminars. I will be that front row person, hand in the air. I've been fishing my whole life, but keyword fishing, not catching. My dad and I put a strong effort. I can't tell you the amount of hours we clock in, and there's sometimes a little luck involved. But yeah, we are putting this whole thing together and bringing the best so that I can sit there and just elevate my skills when it comes to bringing fish actually on the boat versus just off the boat.
I like that. Thank you.
That's a noble goal.
So, Nick, I want to talk a little bit more about all the different things you have going on besides marketing this show, and it's going to be a spectacular show. But what about this pop-up?
Yeah. That's Pop Boardco. We're good.
Yes.
Strong 14 years. We're the company that brought paddleboarding into color, made it a really fun family sport. Went from fiberglass boards to now these new inflatable boards that we've been doing now for well over a decade. In that process, I invented the inflatable dock, which became a really big hit for boaters. Just taking any little boat and giving it that flex space so that mom and dad can throw a towel or a chair and make it feel that you're on a yacht when you may be on a 19-foot center console. And it was pretty neat. It was, being the water has always been my passion. I think we've been running with our heads down so hard that I haven't really taken a moment to think that, heck, we've actually manifest my position here. But at the end of the day, we do everything water. I fish, I dive, snorkel, spearfish, paddle, surf, boating, yachting, it all from dinghies to being on 60 footers is my lifestyle. So what we did is we built this really neat brand that encompasses all that. And it's hyper focused on sharing that with others. The secret sauce behind our brand, Pop Boardco, is building this brand of water equipment and water sports amongst the equipment that I use and my friends use. And then we just share it with others. And so paddleboarding was a really our launching point, maybe about 14 years ago. Now with our yacht accessories, inflatable docks, inflatable chairs, has been a really, really big hit for our brand. And here within the last couple of years, we started designing, as my goal was to build luxury tenders in what we call shadow boats, your support boat to your larger boat. And that's been an absolute fun project that we partnered up with Rover Marine and that we're running. And we're really kind of bringing in that really fun brand lifestyle that we did with Pop into the boating culture with Rover Marine. And it's been treating me great. It's just an absolute compliment to my lifestyle. My whole entire family's involved. My wife is practically my business partner. My best friend, Jager, is one of my business partners. My dad loves jumping on the products. My brothers are constantly out there paddling and enjoying the water. Now, my son, my nieces, nephews, it's been pretty cool that just build something and watch the family enjoy. But then the real big paycheck is when I'm out on Catalina Island and we see someone using our craft or heading down to the beach and see one of our boards on the roof of someone's car, that's to us like the biggest check we're able to cash. So it's been an absolute blessing these last 14, 15 years. Yeah.
You've been at it that long. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about we
Yeah.
didn't even know what a paddle board was 10 years ago.
Right.
You were doing it 14 years ago.
Yeah. There is a really funny story. So, in the early years, I'm selling these and designing these really neat fiberglass boards, big boards, 10, 11, 12 feet. People love them, using wood inlay, bringing in my shapes and design. I'm running at the Bottrell show at this moment. This one was the Del Mar show. This is probably 12 years ago. And then inflatable boards started to come to the market, nothing very appealing. We went in there, re-engineered it, reinvented it, made it better. And my first batch of boards was completed the day of opening day of that boat show and fishing show. I remember having to go at 6 a.m. down to LAX to clear some customs paperwork, load up my truck, drive to get into that boat show by noon. I'm sweating in there with box in hand. I put my first board in my booth was so busy that I put my inflatable board down on the ground and couldn't even get to it. 2 or 3 hours into the show, I go, let's check out this sample. As I pull the board out of the box and start inflating it, boom, right there, it just sells out from under me. Run to the truck, grab another one. It happened again. In complete happy accident, it became pretty much the legacy of our brand, making these really cool inflatable boards because it complemented boating. It allowed you to have a really neat watercraft that would fit in a small case, be put in the lazarette or fish well of your boat. And when you had those really fun days, you can pull it out and inflate. But it was that show where it became like the nucleus of our brand of an inflatable product that can just take anyone to anywhere, take it on a plane, go to Mexico, Hawaii, and you have your paddleboard. And then from there, we started building boards designed around fishing, hunting, paddling, resorts. And it was just a neat project that pretty much rooted right there at that original show. So we're going to be really excited to partner up with our boat show here at the Anaheim Convention Center and put together the Generation 1 board that we made 12, 13 years ago will be displayed at that board, which is one of our first boards. So it's going to be a pretty cool thing to check out.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you got going on. I mean, I've been hanging out with you for quite a few years, and I've watched the development of this, and it is an absolute killer product, gang. And it, like you said, though, Nick, you can pack it, you can take it on the plane, you can take it down here to Cabo, you can take it anywhere you're thinking of going. And I'm just going to let a little secret out. These things are fun to fish off of. They are really fun to fish off of because it's a different perspective, especially down here in Cabo. Me and Murph were doing it a couple of years ago, paddling around, seeing you're on this board, so you're stealthy. You're standing there and you see a Dorado swim. They don't even know what you're doing, and then you just throw a lure out there and wham, you got a Dorado. It's a pretty bitchin' product.
Yep. You're really, really quiet. So I would say, I fish off the boat. My dad has a killer boat here locally. We fish off that and we have our good days. But some of my best catches have been on the paddleboard due to it being so quiet and stealthy. Talk about finding a honey hole. You can do it on a paddleboard real easily. Yeah.
Yeah. The next thing you need to see is me and Dave Bacon out there on these things nowadays. I'm going to be 64 years old tomorrow, gang. That's friggin' crazy. So if Dave Bacon gets on one, I'll get on one.
And this is a perfect announcement. We have that one of our premier fishing boards. Actually, just today, the group and I announced we were going to be giving away a complete full, what we call a Pop Boardco El Capitan Bomber, which is our fully rigged out fishing board. Retails for well over $1,000 with accessories. We're going to be giving it away. In fact, Dave, I'm going to need your help to boost up the giveaway, and maybe I'll throw one towards the channel here. So your followers jump on our website, jump onto our social media at California International Boat Show or Cali Boat Show, and sit there and jump into the subscription. We'll choose you, and that board's going to be given away at the show. But I'm also feeling really happy today being on the show. So if you want to spotlight one of your viewers, we'll fully hook them up with a brand new setup to sit there and just kind of make that fishing more infectious for others to take our board out there and go catch that Dorado.
Absolutely. And we'll figure out what we're going to do. I'm not going to just pick one person. we're going to do this right. We're going to figure out a way to do this so that it comes out right. And you're going to come on the show again, Nick. I just let you
Yeah.
know right before this show goes live in April, we'll bring Nick back on here, and then we'll do this official giveaway of one of these things to one of you people. You got to keep watching the show. You got to participate in the show. You got to subscribe to the channel, gang. It's super important to subscribe. Tiffany, Vague, Dave, Bacon, Nick, and I, we need you to subscribe. It's very easy. It's free. Just subscribe to our channel. And my buddy Daniel Rubin, he's going to be at the show. He has this really cool ReelQuick system for fishing. And I want to show you guys this video real quick, and then we'll get back into the interview here. But if you guys could check out this and check out what Daniel's got going on. My God, the guy's got so many irons in the fire right now. But here we are last year at the PCS show.
All right, gang, your saltwater guide, Capt. Dave Hansen. We're down here at the Pacific Coast Sportfishing Show, and I'm with Daniel Rubin, the creator of the ReelQuick Reel Seat System. This is an amazing, amazing product.
You guys check this out. ReelQuick Fishing is a dovetail connection. It is in the unlocked position for simplicity here. Comes right off the rod with a dovetail connection. No more screws, no more clamps on the back. Goes on the rod just like that, and we can lock this in place. Turn of a pin. This is strong. This is not coming off of this rod. ReelQuickFishing.com. Dave, you want to add anything to this?
The really cool part about this is the simplicity of it. I fish hard all the time. I hold my rod the proper way. I know a lot of you don't. A lot of you have your hand back here. You always want to have your hand in front of the reel. That's the way that the whole design was made to do, is do it the right way. Normally, when you grab it the right way, you're dealing with the ferrule screws right here. And when you're grabbing it and undoing it, that screws keep coming undone. There's none of that happening anymore. It's a very easy system to use the right way. I was blown away when I saw this. I thought it would add a lot of weight to the rod. Actually, it takes a
That's killer.
That is absolutely insane. He's going to be at the show. He's going to be at Tiffany's booth. We'll have a bunch of rods wrapped with the ReelQuick system. You guys can check it out yourselves. Plus, Tiffany has all of her followers that make rods. Not all of them, but a lot of them are going to be there, and they're going to be selling their rods at the show. This is just going to be so much fun, Nick. And I have a couple pictures of your product here I'm going to throw up by you guys chat for a minute here. Just chat about what's going on, and I'll throw these pictures
with
up.
that rod quick release. That's pretty impressive. Is that something that can be added onto any rod, or most likely it's built on to a new rod setup, correct?
Tiffany?
The ReelQuick system, yes, it's phenomenal. And when you're customized building a rod, it's a reel seat, a certain style reel seat that you build into the rod.
Okay.
So instead of
basically our viewers going, or our public that's visiting the show can come to you, order a custom rod from you, and get that system added onto that custom rod.
Correct. Or if the rod builders themselves, they can come to the show, come to the booth, talk to us about the ReelQuick system, how it works and whatnot, and they can purchase it to build their own rods or customer rods for them. It's a very unique reel seat. You've got to take a look at it. You've got to come and check it out, because it's something that no one else out there has. This is, top of the line supreme.
And in Tiffany's online classes, online and inter classes, she teaches people all about putting rods together, including the seats. And so she teaches people how to build rods with those reel seats.
Right on. I imagine you guys are really busy. I've been seeing just here off my local waters, the youth getting behind fishing these last maybe 2-3 years have been it's been such a neat thing to see where fishing always had that stigma as, the old timers, grandpa's teaching you, learning how to fish. actually the young guys are the ones teaching the older guys how to fish nowadays, which is kind of neat. I've got a good nephew, Luca Barzoni, who's out there constantly. I mean, he spends every minute out there just tossing irons and fishing jigs here off the local piers and under the bridges. And the amount of fish and size bass he catches has been absolutely impressive. I'm almost jealous, what they're catching. They're jumping on their e-bikes, racing down to the marina, catching a fish, and then going to school. So talk about the early bird gets the worm. Yeah, it's pretty.
Absolutely. And some of what you were talking about, Nick, the pop products and all the various flavors of them, the different things that you do, puts me in mind of, in my work as a boating safety and compliance consultant, I am constantly amazed at how many different types of watercraft are out there and how many of those different watercraft, some of which were recently pretty new to me, are becoming quite popular. And so to have all of that at the boat show, just watercraft, everything from, well, you're talking about a lot of it is like paddle boards and whatnot, paddle sports. Paddle sports is just growing. And then you add the E thing to it and you have e-foils and whatnot. And I'm just constantly amazed at how what you can put yourself on or in on the water has just exploded exponentially in opportunities. The boat show be such a widespread thing. I think some of those newer things are really going to attract those younger anglers that you were talking about, Nick. And it's not just about, I got to go out and buy an $80,000 boat or even a $40,000 boat. I can go get this thing. And let me tell you, those boards like that, fishing from them, you go around the harbors and you go to the breakwaters and you work along those breakwaters and whatnot, you can catch some amazing fish from that perspective. So that's going to add something to the boat show. Great.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about visiting and going to a boat show is it always will over exceed your expectation. Even a little marina show to the big arena show that we're producing is that there is wow factor to the left and right of you. You'll always be surprised. And to complement what you're saying is the innovation that takes place. The water will naturally, it does something to everybody. People love being on it. People love being in it. And when you look at boating and fishing and paddling, it is truly a family recreation. There's not too many sports or recreations where you can sit there and, have mom, dad, brother, and sister all partake in the same recreation all at the same time. And that's what fishing, boating, paddling really does, is it pretty much unites. It just glues friends and family together. And then when you come into the boat show, it just elevates that. I can't tell you how many times people come and stop by my booth looking at a paddleboard or a dinghy, but then they had no idea that they were going to buy a boat and they bought a beautiful sport fisher, and vice versa. People that were coming in to buy a sport fisher walking out with a little 10-foot dinghy out of our booth. So to see the personalities coming in and come in with zero expectation, but you're walking out with an entire portfolio of fun is really neat to be a part of on both sides, from a vendor and visitor exhibitor side to an actually spectator and viewer side. So that's where it becomes really exciting to be me right now. Probably one of the luckiest guys in the marine industry to be on both sides of it, quarterbacking it and working with an amazing group of people that truly are looking out for California boating and family and fishing. So that's the neat part. But coming down, and whether you're interested in fishing off a jet ski or fishing off of a paddleboard or coming off of a 40-foot Riviera or Viking, all that's going to be pretty much pegged up at our show, which is going to be pretty cool to see.
Oh, it's going to be awesome. So these are your boards, right?
Yeah. That's some of our later models. El Capitan. Yep. That's pretty neat there. That was a really fun project where we wanted to design a board that was overly wide so that you can cast and throw your body weight around, but without losing stability. So it's one of the widest boards on the market, and completely designed and rigged up. The new version of that board is absolutely bee's knees, which is the board that I love to produce that giveaway with you guys. But yeah, this board has no limitations to where you can go and what you want to do with it. It's really a true sniper, and even just spearfishing off the board is really, really fun. And then if fishing is not your thing, throw a little mask and fins under that bungee system and just go down there and do a little snorkeling is is a pretty neat thing to do on a board like that. So it will hold rider weight well over 400 pounds, but someone as small as 80 pounds can jump on it and feel like they're on a giant boat.
That's unbelievable. Look at that thing. It's so
Beautiful.
studious, so wide. It's
Yeah.
incredible. If you're young, I
think it looks
can't
fun.
see. You can't see me or Dave Bacon venturing out on one of those, but you guys that are younger.
I bet you people would pay money to see that.
Oh,
I-
absolutely.
Yeah, I would love to see it. We can put together a little Kickstarter and see what we can raise to get you on the water. Listen, it may not be a 43 Freeman, but I imagine we can still catch that same level of fish on it.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you could.
Yeah.
You could.
A lot of people are making comments. Yeah, I am very sunburned. We live down here in Paradise, gang, and I was fishing in the mangroves for the last 4 days up in Adolfo's Lopez Mateos. It was 80 degrees every day, and the snook and the halibut and the sargo, or the orangemouth corvina, and all the other things were biting just fine. We took 86 bags of fillets home.
Wow.
For two of us. It was pretty incredible. So I had a great time. And those of you that are telling me to wear I've never put a drop of sunscreen on me. I've never, ever done it. I don't. I know that a lot of you do, but I don't. I just got lucky. I'm probably going to go away real soon, but I have the people I know that put on massive amounts, slather that sunscreen on themselves, they all have skin cancer. I don't know if there's a correlation with it or not, but I will not put any on me.
You know, Dave, I'm with
my
you.
problem. Yeah, my problem's on like a
exactly the
Labrador
same.
Retriever. When I see the water, I just can't even think straight. My brain starts frothing, and I'm in it, and I constantly forget. So, but luckily, I have a very lovely wife and a loving mom that will pull me out by my hair to make sure I put sunscreen on.
Yeah.
What were you
And
saying,
I'm
Dave
that
Bacon?
way. I'm that way because it's a chemistry thing. I don't wear sunscreen out on the water. Period. I guess it's become a habit, but it started with fishing because I've seen people catching fish and then all of a sudden their personal bite just shuts off when they start slathering on sunscreen. And I'm thinking, you know, you're getting that sunscreen all over your baits and your lures and all of that. And them fish down there, they got noses, you know, and I think it makes a big difference. Now I get so carried away out on the water. I'm maybe the only captain on the coast that refuses to wear sunglasses out on the water. And that's because it robs me a little bit of color. And I depend on that color to really read fine things about changes in the water and breaks, you know, temperature breaks and just all kinds of things. So yeah, maybe that's why I wear a wide brim hat, because I'd be in big trouble without it.
I
So
don't
then
wear
what I'm saying is my next fishing trip is going to be having that hat, no sunscreen, and my odds are going to go through the roof there. Sorry, Tiffany.
They're going to go up. They're going to go up.
Yeah.
I don't wear sunscreen because back when I was 14, I got grounded for life, and I don't want to get grounded again, so I don't wear sunscreen.
Here we are.
Okay.
You know, and it's not just sunscreen. Let me tell you, we've been out there fishing, and fishing is good. We're catching fish, and then somebody breaks out a bag of habanero chips, you know, and sticks their hands in there, and they're feeding themselves, and then they're grabbing baits with those same hands or their lures and tying them on. And evidence suggests that fish are not real fond of habanero flavored chips.
There you go.
Well, we got
I
off.
sure love that on my Wahoo, though. I love the flavor.
Yeah, we got off on a little tangent on sunscreen, but let's get back to this show, Nick.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what can Tiffany and Dave and it's a brand new show, so this will be our first time exhibiting there and also seeing what's going to happen. Can you give us a breakdown of how it's going to lay out?
Yeah.
It's going to
We
be
have
kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, right now we're set up for 250,000 square feet there in the main hall there at the Anaheim Convention Center. So this is a big, big show. Not intimidating whatsoever. Everything, boats, floats, will be all under one roof, which we covered. And then, having the seminars and the stage, live entertainment, VIP lounges, bringing that arena style show that California truly deserves, and blessed to be a part of it. I think there's going to be a huge focus with fishing. Obviously, it is the backbone behind SoCal boating. So we have some really neat boats that are coming in that are going to be specially designed for that. Our buddy Jonathan will be completely outfitting. I believe it's going to be a center console. I'm not sure exactly the brand just yet, but they're going to be completely outfitting a center console with a full wrap, full electronic system, and they're going to be pretty much building it at our show during our show. So you're going to see everything from pretty much boat building and boat accessorizing to obviously rod making, lure making, and just general yachting and boating with your daily activity when it comes to vacations and stuff like that. So it's going to be everything California boating under one roof. And we really have a neat Riviera coastline. I mean, Catalina, if you've ever visited it, and yes, you can only get there two ways, boat or plane, helicopter, if you want to put a third one in there, but getting there by boat is very Jurassic Park. It is, you jump off the coastline out of Long Beach, Newport, or Dana Point. You're in the open blue water there, a good 10 miles into it. And then this amazing backdrop just starts coming at you in HD. And it's incredibly primitive. Small little town off to the left called Avalon, another tiny little spot in marinas off to the right with two harbors. But in between that has some of the most incredible coastline, which when having a boat, you get to unlock that. And that's the best thing. And I just meet so many boaters in our local waterways that are just hesitant of going or afraid of making that voyage. And obviously you have the boat with safety and boat with confidence, but making that voyage unlocks a level of boating and yachting and fishing that is just precious to our coastline. And it's a year-round play. I've been there. Some of my best times have been there in February. In fact, last February with my mom and dad and my son and wife, we were in the water, swimming, snorkeling, having the most incredible time on the island. We got really lucky. Probably about 1 year ago today, to be honest. So that's going to be the biggest thing about this show is the level of education. We're stacking up that seminar stage so that you can sit down there and speak to the experts only, W's only. This show is designed for boaters and soon to be boaters to winning with their knowledge, winning with their experience, and talking with people that they might be able to band up with, and go and do some of these voyages and exploration.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I just wanted you to give us the layout of how it's going to go. And I think that a lot of us are super excited to hear it. But I think that our viewers needed to know kind of what the layout was going to be like. So you explained it very eloquently. I really appreciated that. And then Daniel Rubin, he's dying to talk to you.
Yeah. How's it going, Daniel?
I was waiting.
Go ahead, Daniel. Maybe he's not.
Microphone off.
Can't hear him.
I believe. Yeah. I see
hear
the
you.
lips moving.
I'm
Mike,
here now.
There we go.
off.
I muted it because I was
There we
having
go.
some kind of an echo thing with a different tab on here. Hi, Nick. How
I'm
are you?
doing great. How are you doing,
Welcome
Daniel?
to the show.
Yeah, great. Thank you.
Fantastic. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Rain just stopped up here in Ventura.
Okay.
It's really nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I wanted to answer your question. I answered it on YouTube, but I just wanted to answer it directly. It is best to use the glue-on reel seats with brand new rods, custom built. If somebody has grandpa's rod that they absolutely have to have, Tiffany can strip all the guides off and rebuild that rod with a reel seat glued in place. It is a glued-on reel seat.
Yeah.
But
Right
if
on.
you have a deckhand style rod and the reel seat will slip up from the butt end of that, if the diameter's right, you don't have to strip off all the guides. You could strip that deckhand style off and slip the reel seat on from that end and then glue it in place where you put it, wherever your arm is. And then that's one way to do it also. So you can do it, but best is doing custom rods straight from the beginning. Right. Yeah.
I
so I don't
imagine
want to take up too much time, you guys. What was that, Nick?
I imagine the charters are coming after you left and right. I mean, what a great mechanism to sit there and just flip your setup really quickly and get on fish. Yeah.
Yeah, we are constantly making new new parts. It's a slow thing going from prototyping to production, but now we're getting into it. You're going to see it at the show coming up, the new things that we've got. I'm just going to just show you guys what we just made, and then I'm going to jump off the show. Winthrop bending butt. This is the number 2. Slide on the reel seat, which is the sleeve for the Winthrop bending butt. In place. Put on your ferrule nuts. Oh, by the way, you just take the Winthrop bending butt and strip off all their ferrule nuts, all their capturing nuts. Now we have the reel seat. I put it on backwards, actually. This is now reversible. So we had some complaints or some people wondering why we have the reel coming off towards the tip. That's how all my rods are set up. And so you can set it up either way now. It's reversible on the bending butt. There's the tip in place. 50-pound tip. And there's your accurate ATD on there. Fits any accurate ATD up to the 50. The 80 will be on a number 4 bending butt, and the 130 will be on the number 6 that we're working on, both of those at the same time.
Oh, I can't wait to check that thing.
The
It looked like you were just setting up a rifle ready to catch.
Oh, Nick,
Yeah,
you don't even know. Wait till you see this. This is something
It's slick.
completely different. You're going to love it.
Right.
I'm
on,
at my
right
house,
on.
so I can't show you all the different rods that we have, Nick, but you'll see it at the show. I'll have every piece of equipment there for
Cannot
you guys
wait.
to check out.
Cannot wait.
Yeah,
Now-
so you guys continue
Daniel, I just
on.
need
I'm
you
going
to
to sit
invent-
here and listen for.
Yeah, Daniel,
Go
I need
ahead.
you to invent one thing for me. If you can do it. Automatic hook tire. I need to learn how to tie these hooks automatically. So I know we can swip the reels out, we can swip the rods out. Now I just need to do my hooks. So
You know what
I
you do
task
is
you with
you
that.
go down to your local tackle shop and you
Yeah.
have them set up a bunch of leaders with hooks already tied. And then you use a loop to loop or something like that. That works. Go into the
There you
tackle
go.
shop. They'll tie your hooks on lines for you. And then you can have an easy way, maybe just a swivel on the line, something like that.
There you
Might
go.
work.
I like that.
Yep. All right. Thank you, Daniel. Real quick, you got to check it out. And we can't do this show without our great sponsors. So thank you, Daniel, very much for that. And we appreciate it. So what I wanted to know more about this, Nick, is
Yep.
how can we get tickets to the show? What are the exact dates of the show? And it's at the Anaheim Convention Center. I know that, but
Yep.
how do we get there? What are we going to do?
Yeah, a couple of ways. I would love your viewers to really sit there and cement with us. You can visit our website, caliboatshows.com. You can order your tickets there, buy your passes there. We have actually a promo going on right now for viewers. If they jump on our website, they'll be able to purchase a discounted ticket right now. So I'd highly recommend doing that. We're going to make this show an elbow-to-elbow show. So obviously, if you really want to get into the weeds of your gear and boat, Thursday and Friday are great days. I'm a professional show goer. And so if you really want to get your details and mingle with the experts and get downloaded on what's going on with the show, come on the Thursday and Fridays. And then the family and fun really will take place Saturday and Sunday. But we will be Thursday from 12 to 7, Friday from 12 to 7, and Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 or 8 p.m., and Sunday will be from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Our show is held at the Anaheim Convention Center, big arena style show, and the dates are April 9th through the 12th. So that's going to be your perfect Thursday through Sunday setup. We're pretty much right after Easter Sunday, put the chocolate away and come down to the show and that coming follow-up weekend. And that will be our new religion is going to be fishing and boating the following week. So we're really excited to have those dates. And we've already secured dates for the following years. So this is a show that's not going anywhere. It's going to be forged into the California boating and fishing community.
Great. Are you going to have those boards there to check out?
Yes, we'll have the boards. We'll have our Rover Marine boats. We'll have our inflatable docks. The boat show is doing a great job of kind of putting some really neat stuff. I just got off the phone with our buddies at Awake, who's coming in with some jet boats and jet boards. So we have some just every day. It's just been nothing but an epic day in this side of the business. Although raining, not your best water conditions, we're talking more boating than ever right now. So it's been pretty neat. So some of the neat stuff that's coming in, electric boats that are coming in, is going to be really, really cool to kind of check out. And again, the one thing I love about our shows, there's kind of one rule coming to our show. Everyone can touch. Everyone can jump on a boat. You see something you like, get on it. Bring your family on it. And then I always love saying, take your family boating. It's the most simplest thing to do. It's fun. And I don't care how it's done. Paddleboard, kayaking, charter a boat, or buy a yacht. Just take your family boating, bring them down to the boat show. We'll make it really easy to make that happen.
Oh yeah, that's totally cool. Dave Bacon and I will be tromping all over those things. We'll be like the Pied Piper, bringing our friends and our clients over to check out. For the big thing right now, because our good friend Mikey died a few months ago, is that safety stuff. And Dave Bacon's going to be all over that, taking people on these boats and showing us what you need to do to be compliant with the safety, to make sure you and we don't matter, but when we bring our wives and our children on the boat, we want to be as safe as we possibly can. Like I used to say, before I had kids, I would never, ever even worry about a life jacket or anything on my boat. I never even thought about it. But once I put my kids on there, oh my God, that was the most important thing. Where's the life jackets? Well, we don't have any. Well, then we're not going out. We're not going out. Yeah. Now the EPIRBs and everything else, there's going to be a lot of companies at the show that can help with this, right, Nick?
Yeah, we're going to have a lot. I mean, safety it's not a goal, it's an obligation. And our show is built around that. And to complement that, that is why Progressive has sit there and backed this show up. And out of all the shows in California, this is the Progressive California International Boat Show with Coast Guard endorsement. So safety is absolutely a priority. Like I say, an obligation, not a goal. And they're there. And that's why these shows exist. Come to a show, level up your knowledge. And that's exactly what I get out of coming to these shows, either working them or walking them. Yeah, with my father and family, is the amount of information that we get. Sometimes you don't buy anything, but sometimes that you come out with a new idea or a new strategy for fishing or a new strategy for boat safety. So I think that's where, Dave, I'm really excited to talk with you as being a boat manufacturer on my end with Rover Marine. I would love to really pick your brain on how we can cross-pollinate some of our customers into tapping into some of your resources to outfit their little dinghy and outboard motorboat to boat with safety, as we pretty much sell the smallest craft out there, but it's a really big ocean. So we love to see like what would be a great way to make sure that although we have the smallest craft, we have the safety in mind. So I think it's gonna be really cool to have everyone on the seminar stage there to really talk about that on the daily. So the schedules are being added to our website every single day. We have the first round schedules up right now. And more, we're just getting more and more talent to come into the show to help educate and download our viewers on how to boat with safety, how to fish correctly, where to go, what to do. The whole thing will be under one roof in Anaheim.
And Daniel's going to
Hey,
be...
Nick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somebody was asking when the booth numbers were going to be set out, because people are wanting to know where Daniel's going to be, where we're going to be, and whatnot at this show in Anaheim.
Yeah, I'm hoping the second I get off this pod that I've got my golden email right now. So it's pretty cool to using this platform to just discuss a little of the internals of the show. What we do as an event is we design this event around the way we would love to see, in a way our exhibitors want to see it. The big marine shops, the big boating outfitters, and then some of our smaller rod and reel guys. And then we lay this all down on a map, to which we love. We probably spend 30 hours designing this. At least I have 30 hours. Sabrina's been an absolute gladiator in our group, designed this map with me. And then we submit it to fire safety. Then the map gets 6 a.m. Yeah, Sabrina is a gladiator. Then what we do is we design this map and we set it to CAD. They lay it out for us, and then we'll submit it to the fire department to make sure that the flow through and the show in itself is safety. That map will get nuked, completely obliterated, all of our ideas out the door. And they go, this is how your show will look. And then there's only one way to respond to that is okay, you got it. So we'll be able to kind of get our guidelines and modify that. Right now, throughout the show process, we submitted the map. Here in the next, I imagine anywhere from 3 to 5, maybe 12 hours, we'll have that back and be able to resubmit and get everyone their booth numbers. And then doing the shows, it's always been the biggest thing is like, where am I going to be located at? The beautiful thing, because again, I'm constantly at shows, there is not a bad spot. It's going to be a pretty neat show the way we're laying it out. Everything, the whole show just is built around the heart. And there's, if you're fishing, there's a own section for that. If electronics, an entire section for that. Boats, by all means, it's a boat show. So we'll be having booth numbers out probably within the next 15 days. Maps and whatnot will be completed here within the next 2 days.
Yeah, I wore a lot of hats in my lifetime, and for 15 years I was a union trade show installer. I worked for Local 831. They're the people that are going to set up your show, and I'm telling you, the plan will be nuked by the fire department. Absolutely. It happens every time we try to put together a show. And then they come in when the show, right before the show opens, and they make their final change, which is really exciting if you're in that industry.
Yeah.
It was a phenomenal place to raise my kids because it allowed me to come home every night. But I was a union trade show installer for 15 years, and I got a beautiful pension from the union, and I appreciate it. But I kind of know my way in the Anaheim Convention Center. I'm super excited that we're all going to be there. And I'll show you the cool hideouts, Tiffany.
Yeah, there's a couple cool spots there. And then, I know, Dave, you don't help it. As soon as you walk in the arena, the amount of entourage and followers that you bring in, you want to know where to go next. You keep an eye on Dave, and there's just this hurdle of people just, hovering right around you, high-fiving you, taking photos with you. You're an absolute rock star. We're so thankful to have you endorse and be a part of our show. Like it makes the event a show now that you're a part of it. So thank you so much for your endorsement and support on that. We're just going to have a lot of fun. Take your family boating, whether you don't boat or want to boat or are interested in boating, come down to the event April 9th through the 12th at the Anaheim Convention Center. Hang out with myself, hang out with Dave, and let's just talk boating and fishing. I love it.
And I'll be in Tiffany's and Dave Bacon's booth the whole time, gang. So you guys can come by and check it out. And when I'm doing my seminars, I'm the only human being I've ever seen do a seminar where I come off the stage sweating.
It's hilarious.
I'm totally excited about what I'm talking about. I don't care what it is. If it's a Q-tip, I get super excited about how you put it in your ear and how you move it around. So I get super excited. Anytime I get a chance to speak, I'm out of my mind. I love speaking. I love people. I love to talk to people. So come to the show, and I'll tell you what, gang, it's Saturday and Sunday are going to be spectacular to bring the children. Just like I always say, you can bring your kids to our shows. I don't ever use any bad words, and I tell all the children before I start, listen, guys, if I say a bad word, you all get free stuff. So that makes every child listen. And boy, if I'm still got a bunch of stuff left over from all my sponsors at the end, I will say a bad word just so I can give all the stuff away. And the kids come running when I say a bad word. But I don't say a really bad word. It might be the S word or something like that, but I'll just spit it out real good so that they understand it, so they know, and they come running. And the other children that weren't listening, they're like, what is going on? Then he said a bad word. Let's go get our free stuff.
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, you've been a really good ambassador to the entire fishing and boating market out here. I mean, for years I've been seeing you walking around, shaking hands at all the good old shows here and the good upcoming shows, and just to see everyone's support and they light up when they see you is pretty neat. The good thing, like I say, what's so unique about what we do is it's something that the whole family's able to do. I don't know how often maybe a husband and wife will throw on pads and go play football, So it's like one of these things when it comes to fishing and boating that it involves everyone, even grandma and grandfather get on board with that. So it's pretty cool to be a part of a recreation where you see the whole lineage all under one roof. And it's kind of a pinching moment for me where I remember catching my, convict lake style trout back in the day, where you would take pictures that you would develop film, the yellow ones that you see on a wall now. And to be doing that as a little kid, and then being here a part of this boat show and being in water sports is kind of neat. And like I said, I've been so busy where I haven't had a moment to sit back and be like, oh, wow, I think this got manifested. But at the end of the day, really blessed to be doing what I'm doing. I have a really good group behind us. Every one of our leadership level at this boat show and what their vision is for the next 10 years. They didn't talk to me about what they're doing here for 2026. They talked to me what we're doing here for the next decade. And that's where I really got, I would say, infected with their idea to sit there and help this mission and this cause take place.
Oh, perfect. So look at Tiffany, Dave Bacon. You guys take care of your plugs right now. Plug yourselves really good. And then Daniel, you can talk about ReelQuick for a second. And then Nick, you just bring us home here the last 5 minutes. Go.
Right on.
Well, you guys, we got 2 new classes coming up at the end of March. And we also have next week a 3-day workshop on refurbishing your rods. So sign up at vaguerods.net. 15-week course. You know, you've got the free rain shadow blank that goes with the course. You'll learn how to do different cross straps. You'll learn how to refurbish your rod, some marbling. You're going to learn all you need to learn about rod building, about the power, the action, deflection, the materials, what you'll be using, the whole 9 yards. So get on one of those classes at vaguerods.net. Before I transferred over to my dad, Renee left a question on here. Give me a call after the podcast and we can go over rod building for your daughter and grandson.
All I want to add is that on vaguerods.net, where she promotes her rod building classes, everything someone needs to put together a rod, from the blanks to the components, all of it, they will find on her website at probably lower prices than they will find on any website, and certainly brick and mortars. We're talking typically up to 40% off retail. And so it's just a logical place to go to vaguerods.net and pick up that stuff.
Right on.
Daniel?
Hey, you guys, I just jumped around on all the platforms and shared the dates of the boat show, International Boat Show in Anaheim. This show today is about that. So come and see us. I'm going to be in Tiffany's booth with Dave, with some other rod wrappers. Come and check out the gear, you guys. Come and check it out. And if you website, my name and phone numbers on the top of every page on the web, ReelQuickFishing.com. Nick, you can reach me there if you want to collaborate or anything, or
Absolutely.
know any more about it before we get to the show. Let's talk. I want to talk to you guys about it. So yeah, you guys share the show, hit subscribe on the YouTube. It's super important for Dave's show and your Saltwater Guide members to build this family. And yeah, I can't wait to see all you guys.
Okay, Nick, go.
Oh, there we go. Well, first and foremost, David, thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been a really fun experience. Also, Tiffany, Daniel, you've been great to hang out with, and I'm really excited to link up there at the show with everyone. And what we'll do is we'll get you your booth space. In fact, we'll connect here after the show. I'll get Dana to link up with you, and we'll find you a nice, perfect little spot that we'll call home for April 9th and 12th. But for all your viewers, definitely what we need you to do is I'm going to need all your viewers to visit our website, CaliBoatShow.com, California International Boat Show, the one happening at the Anaheim Convention Center. It's going to be, again, April 9th through the 12th. And also visit our Instagram. A lot of really fun things are going to happen from this minute on. We have a huge giveaway that I'll partner up with you, David, on. And what we're also going to do is have a couple other VIP passes and tickets that we'll get together and we'll do some giveaways. The VIP passes are going to be pretty cool. I'm going to have Captain Dave here take a couple of his guests behind the scenes of our show. We have some really good drink sponsors and beverage sponsors, food, and just kind of hang out with a really good crowd that's cut from a different cloth that's going to sit there and talk about boating, yachting, and fishing. So a little bit of a private session with some really, really cool people. But nevertheless, we'll end it with our thank you to everyone here on the show and the fact that we're really excited to run one of the largest boat shows here in California. Again, April 9th through 12th. Put it on the calendar, and I'd love to see you at the show.
And
What's
this has
the
been
Instagram
awesome, Nick.
tag, Nick?
You can find us at Cali Boat Shows.
That's
Cali
simple.
Boat Shows.
Yeah.
I put the website up on the page, but Nick, can I ink you right now for April 6th?
Yeah. Yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
Put that on your schedule. April 6th, you come back on here. That'll be a couple days before the show opens. April 6th, and we'll give away some stuff. And
Let's put me down April 6th. We'll come on air here and we'll give away a killer paddleboard to your viewer. We'll give away tickets for the show. Let's sit there and just talk show business with this event. Again, you can visit our website and buy your early bird ticket right now at California International Boat Shows.com, and then Cali Boat Show with our Instagram handle, as well as California International Boat Show. Yeah. And that's April 9th through the 12th. And you'll be seeing a lot of it on the gram. If you're in the fishing and boating scene and that's what you see on your phone, you'll be seeing a lot of our ads out there. So, don't be afraid to shoot a thumbs up or a like, or even ask us any questions you have.
yeah, it's going to be awesome to have you on. And then we can give away all that stuff. And we can also touch base, because by that day, we're going to know exactly how the show lays out. We're going to know exactly where Tiffany's booth is. And we're going to know exactly where all the cool kids are going to be hanging out. So,
In fact, what we'll do is
win.
Yes. What we'll do is we'll get that map displayed on this show here. We'll put that map up there for a sneak peek minute and give all your viewers the first crack at it, so you know exactly what door to run into and what booth to run into. Absolutely.
yeah, it'll be wonderful. And then tomorrow, gang, I got Emeryville Sport Fishing. I got the owner, Andy, coming on the show. We're going to be talking about what they're catching up there. We're going to be talking about shows and all the different things that he has going on. So make sure you watch the show tomorrow, gang. We'll be with you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. One thing I can tell you all is turn off the news. They're all lying. Don't watch the news, gang. They're lying. I don't care what side you're on. They're lying. Have a great day. Turn off the news, and I'll see you tomorrow.